And viewers, now moving ahead to news coming in from the Calcutta High Court that has refused to stay West Bengal's Bakrid slaughter guidelines, reiterating that cattle sacrificed without a valid fitness certificate is prohibited. The ruling has triggered fresh political reactions, with MLA Humayun Kabir openly defying the restrictions ahead of the Eid-ul-Adha celebrations. The Calcutta High Court has declined to interfere with the West Bengal government's restrictions on animal slaughter ahead of Bakrid, effectively allowing the state's recently issued guidelines to remain in force during Eid celebrations. The division bench, comprising Justice Sujoy Paul and Justice Parthasarthi Sen, observed that cattle, including cows, buffaloes, bulls and calves, cannot be slaughtered without proper certification from the competent authorities. The court also reiterated that slaughter in open or public spaces would not be permitted under any circumstances. During the hearing, the bench referred to earlier Supreme Court observations stating that cow sacrifice is not an essential religious practice during Bakrid. The matter had drawn attention after petitions challenged the state government's curbs and sought relaxation ahead of the festival season. Let's take a look at what some of the big observations of the Calcutta High Court on this case are. Firstly, the court has observed that sacrifice of cow is no part of the festival of Eid and is not a religious requirement under Islam. Secondly, the court has also observed that the slaughter of animals, including cows and buffaloes, in open public places is strictly prohibited in keeping with the law of the state. A court observed that it finds no basis to stay or set aside the public notice that was dated on the 13th of May this year, where the government prohibited slaughtering of animals without a valid fitness certificate. Court observed that the notification has been issued in compliance with earlier directions that were passed by the court. So, the government order was also effectively in accordance to the order of the court. The court also observed cow sacrifice is not an essential practice under Islamic law. And so, these are some of the big observations of the Calcutta High Court, in addition to also that the order passed by the coordinate bench has attained finality. The court directed the state to amend the notice by inserting the aforesaid conditions forthwith. Slaughtering of animals for which a certificate has been issued shall be prohibited in any open public place. This is what the court has observed, and that the Supreme Court has held that sacrifice of cow is not an essential part of Eid-ul-Adha festival. So, those are the observations the Calcutta High Court has made in this regard, and said that these petitions are dismissed so far as the notice dated 13th of May is concerned. All right, broadly that is what the court has observed. Let's also discuss with Advocate Rishi Pal Singh, who is joining us on this. Advocate Pal Singh, thank you very much for joining us. The court has given his observations on prohibiting the slaughter of animals without a valid fitness certificate, but opposition parties are raising objections to it. What is the legal ground, and what is the Islamic law mandate for slaughter of cow as part of the Eid celebrations?
As far as the court order is concerned, and that order is completely legal. Everyone who is doing any act of slaughtering, he must have a proper license to do it. And especially as far as the cow slaughtering is concerned, that is already banned in India. So, as far as the law is concerned and the rule is concerned, the court order is completely right, and a party who is opposing the order, they must have approached the High Court or the Supreme Court for their own objections. But as far as the order is concerned, that order is completely lawful and there is nothing wrong. Even if we cannot forget that this country, although we have a secular democratic system, But this country has a population or majority of the Indian Hindus, and their sentiment has to be taken care.